All right, so in a somewhat surprising move, the Rams apparently have waived Travin Howard, uh, inside linebacker, and someone who I thought played pretty well down the stretch this past season, but it would appear that the Rams have let him go. So let's go ahead and get into this. The LA Rams are known for making surprising moves, and they have made one this Wednesday. Despite mandatory minicamp beginning this week, the Rams have waived Travin Howard. So Travin Howard's been waived. Howard was selected in the seventh round of the 2018 draft by the Rams, operating as a depth option at inside linebacker for the first few seasons. Due to injuries at the position, Howard started 4 games, including the playoffs a season ago, recording 28 tackles, 6 pass deflections, 2 interceptions from week 16 through the Super Bowl. And one of those interceptions was in the NFC title game against the 49ers to seal the game. If y'all remember, Aaron Donald went to sack him, sacked Jimmy G, and Travian Howard was the one who picked off the football and secured the win. I thought he played pretty well. I thought he played well that game. Nothing crazy, but I thought he played well. Entering the season, the 2022 season, he was likely going to operate as a depth option once again, with Bobby Wagner and Ernest Jones obviously going to be starting. It remains to be seen what the reason behind his release could be. Could be a strictly financial move, which I'm thinking maybe that's what the majority of this may be, or it could be simply a mutual release where Howard wants an expanded role elsewhere, which I suppose I could see. I could see him, because he's not going to be playing much really on this team, but he's a good depth piece though. He was set to make 2.54 million this season after signing an original round tender back in March, given his athleticism and versatility at the inside linebacker position. Howard shouldn't have to wait long to find a new team. Wow, it kind of stinks. It's just one of those things where we make these big signings with Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp. It and this is kind of the fallout. We're gonna probably lose some of these depth pieces. He was set to make 2.54 million. The Rams probably plan on letting him go due to these big contract extensions that we just saw with Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp. And I could see Howard. The thing about Travian Howard is he's always been like, I could see it's been kind of unfortunate for him, because I remember a few years back he was set to really start, be like one of our starters like 4 or 5 years ago, and he was looking really good in training camp, and like I was actually excited to see him be one of our starters, because I was starving to see some good solid linebacker play from our linebackers, because historically as of late our linebackers just have not been a big strength on our team. And Travian Howard was having a pretty good camp a few years ago before he got injured himself. I think he like tore his pec and he was out for the whole year. And it was unfortunate because I heard he was doing good, and he got hurt and he missed that whole year. And then the following years he came back, but it was never in that, like, they never viewed him as a full-time starter. He was always kind of battling for depth, and he was always a really good special teams player. And it just sometimes it just works out that way. And then we got Ernest Jones. I think we who who was it, man? Well, Troy Reader was like a big, that we had Troy Reader and Ernest Jones, and it just, Troy Reader kind of edged him out a little bit. And I don't know. I don't know. You know, Troy Reader I thought was solid. He wasn't very good in pass coverage, but he was okay. You know, they just didn't really value the linebacker position, and so Howard was kind of in that weird space where he was just kind of in a depth piece. But he played pretty well down the stretch for us last season and helped us win a Super Bowl. And as you can see on your screen, got the game winning interception against the Niners in the NFC Championship game. So he he's got a little bit of clout now. So he's probably feeling like he was probably feeling like he wanted to, because we remember we let go of Troy Reader, and he was probably thinking to himself that he was going to be the other starting linebacker next to Ernest Jones this upcoming season. I could see that, because he's like, okay, you know, he played well down the stretch. I got that winning interception in the title game. This is my moment. This is my time to shine. And I don't blame him for thinking that. And I don't blame him for feeling a certain kind of way, because in his mind, he's like, well, you know, what the heck? Because it's like, this was supposed to be my time to shine. But the Rams went, obviously, that's not going to happen now, because we signed Bobby Wagner, and Travin Howard's not going to start over Bobby Wagner. It's not going to happen. And he's not going to start over Ernest Jones, who was a rookie, you know, one of our rookie picks, draft picks from last season, and is someone we are invested heavily in. So he's not starting over Ernest Jones. So Howard's kind of right back to where he was before as a depth piece. And maybe he just feels like he doesn't want to do that anymore. And I don't blame him for that. You know, it's he's probably feeling like he could start, and I think he actually can. I think he can start. You know, I don't think he would set the world on fire, but I think he can. I think he would be a solid piece for someone somewhere. So kind of a bummer, but you know, it's just, it is what it is. It's just one of those things. This is what happens. This is what happens during the off season. This is what happens the year after a championship winning, after we win after teams win the championship. Like, the team doesn't all stay together. The team will People will start to go their separate ways, and we're gonna start seeing that. Like, right before camp starts, and by the end of camp, the team's gonna be a whole new team, you know, from last year. So it's unfortunate, but thank you, Travian, for playing your role in helping us win a Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl victory since 1999. So, and you played a big part in that, and I thank you for it. You know, because after years of watching terrible, terrible, terrible Rams football, we are now respected in the league again, and we are once again champions. And you played a role in that, so you should feel proud. And I'm sure you get yourself a little hardware, you get yourself a little ring too as well. So be sure to take care of that. And I wish you luck on your future endeavors, and hope you find what you're looking for, and find a good spot for you to play. You know, I'll try to watch you. I'll root for you as long as you're not playing us. You know, so hopefully things work out. So that's gonna be it for now, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one, and as always, go Rams.